Starfield is many things to many people. It's a role-playing space adventure. It's a shipbuilding simulator. It's the place I go to get dragged by my insolent robot companion.
I am looking at one.
Great stuff, Vasco. Looking forward to the next 70 hours of adventuring together. Then there's outpost construction and cooking and compulsively filling your spaceship with hundreds of space knickknacks that you are hoarding for some reason. I might need this later, you don't know. With this many things to do and this many interlocking systems coupled with Starfield's somewhat casual approach to teaching you how to do stuff, it might be that several hours into the game there's still a useful trick or two to learn. To that end, take a look at these 7 things you might not yet know you can do in Starfield that might just make your life easier, or better, or less cluttered.
You've got something for me?
If you play Starfield anything like us, you've been filling your personal inventory with as many shiny desk ornaments and branded mugs and succulents as you can carry, and then, once you're over encumbered, shedding all that bric-a-brac onto the floor of your ship. The result is less stylish spaceship interior design and more the nest of a disturbed hoarder, which is likely not what you're going for. If you do want to tidy up around here and put your choicest souvenirs on display, then here's how to place an object properly, instead of chaotically swinging it around, trying to stand it the right way up, and then giving up altogether.
What a life!
When you hold an item by pressing and holding A on the Xbox controller or E on the PC, you can rotate that item by using left or right trigger on the Xbox or left or right click on the PC. You can also switch the axis along which you rotate the object by clicking the left thumbstick on the Xbox controller or using left shift on the PC. This gives you exactly the kind of fine control you need to place an item exactly where you want it, whether you're decorating your outpost or tidying up your ship. Also handy, if you do get sick of arranging houseplants, you can fire your item of choice at your least favourite companion by pressing X on Xbox or R on the PC. How do you like me now, adoring fan? In Starfield, you will spend a fair amount of time peering at a map, whether that's the vast interstellar map, or the map of planets orbiting a single star, or a detailed map showing the layout of a complex multi-tiered city. Only kidding, that last map doesn't exist. Regardless, interacting with maps is how you do a large chunk of your travelling, but if you prefer something a little more immersive, then when you're in your ship you can open your scanner, point at whatever planet you want to visit, and then choose to travel to that system directly without ever consulting a map. If you've got a chosen mission tracked already and it's pointing you to a planet in another star system, you can even grav jump directly to that system by using the same scanner method, saving you yet another trip into the map menu, which, as pretty as it is, you have already seen plenty of by now.
Hey, stranger. Let's chat sometime, okay?
When you take the plunge into a new Starfield game, you're immediately swept up in the heroic space fantasy of, mining.
What do we say, Dusty? You make your cut, you get your cut.
There's not a star in sight, let alone a field, but your life of subterranean labour on the moon of Vectera is not all bad, because you do get a laser-based mining tool called a cutter.
Grab a cutter, let's go.
It's good for putting holes in rocks and, in a pinch, space pirates. But flash forward a few hours into the game and you've abandoned your mining career in favour of seeking ancient artefacts and having a good time. And your trusty laser cutter has probably been relegated out of rotation as a weapon since you've picked up many better actual weapons. Which might be why it doesn't immediately occur to you when you see one of these seemingly impassable emergency doors, or walls, to take it at its word. Sure, it says it's cuttable, and it's literally telling you to cut the pins holding it in place, but how am I going to do that? I'd need some sort of cutting instrument, and where am I going to get one of... Oh, right. It's obvious once you know it, but you wouldn't be the first person to have ignored this environmental detail as just a bit of set dressing rather than something you can actually do. Anyway, use this power wisely. Or don't, and kill people with it, because it's also good for that. You may have begun the game as a space miner, but once you've quit that day job in favour of being a space hero, extracting precious minerals and metals from space rock may not be high on your agenda. And who could blame you when instead you could be hitting the coolest club in all the settled systems? Apparently.
Come on, dance! Go crazy!
How much you need to be gathering all kinds of raw natural resources depends on how you play the game and how much you're into making stuff. But when you do decide you want to gather these materials, it's worth noting that you can mine asteroids themselves from the comfort of your ship by blasting them silly, flying in close, and hoovering up the useful resources. See, no need to go planetside and get your astronaut boots all dusty. Clearly the superior form of space mining. One of the very first things Starfield has you do, aside from lasering moonrocks, is equipping a helmet, presumably so that when you emerge into the non-breathable atmosphere, your eyes won't pop out of your face like Arnold Schwarzenegger on the surface of Mars.
Alright, Dusty. Airlock. Put your helmet on.
This might leave you with the impression that spacesuits and space helmets must be manually equipped and unequipped. Then soon enough you'll find yourself touching down in the city of New Atlantis, and if you're in third person, you'll notice how you're striding around the place in full astronaut gear like a dork, while all the New Atlanteans are ordering coffees in contemporary athleisure wear.
I need to report back.
Hi there. Welcome to Terra.
Very
How can I help?
But if you're itching to get some fresh air on your face and show the world whatever apparel you've got on underneath your spacesuit, you don't need to do anything so laborious as going into a menu and unequipping your helmet and spacesuit every single time. If you pop into your inventory like so, you'll spot toggle options tucked away down here for your helmet and for your suit. These options will automatically hide your helmet and also your suit whenever it is safe to do so. They will also unhide your suit and helmet whenever you need them to keep your eyes from popping out or freezing solid or going all event horizon or whatever it is that happens when you take your helmet off in space. No one really knows.
Yeah? Well, then let me spell it out. You either walked into the TA to buy some goods, sell some goods, or have some liberated goods taken off your hands for a reasonable price.
As you pick your path through the stars, marvelling at the majesty of the cosmos, seeking the farthest reaches and deepest truths of our galaxy, you might think you're above demeaning yourself with petty theft. That is, until you're short of a few credits or just encounter something you really, really want that incidentally belongs to someone else. Like many a Bethesda game before it, Starfield allows you to steal stuff with the utmost of ease, but not the utmost of convenience. That's because, for one, when you steal something, you might get in immediate hot water with local law enforcement.
Security, you're under arrest!
And for two, anything you thieve will retain a stolen status rather than becoming your actual property, contrary to the legal principle of finders keepers, losers weepers.
What do you think you're doing? Ownership is a human concept.
The good news is that you can remove the stolen label from your ill-gotten goods to keep security from confiscating it whenever they get hold of you. If you visit the local trade authority vendor like so, you can sell them a stolen object, and then, without exiting their trade screen, you can go to the buy option and scroll to the bottom where you can buy back your stolen object, as if you've had a sudden change of heart about parting with your precious item. At this point, you can buy back your item for the same value you sold it for, with the stolen status removed, so now it's all nice and legal, and voila! This trade authority jerk has helped you launder your stolen goods. Cheers, dude. Also, and here's a bonus pointer on stealing things, if you pick up and hold an object like this bin, for example, and use it to knock a stealable item onto the floor and then push it out of the door, the shopkeeper won't bat an eyelid while you laboriously shuffle their goods out of the building. It's the perfect crime. Finally, and probably the most rewarding thing that you can do in Starfield is traverse the known galaxy, ensuring that every toilet in every system has its toilet paper placed in the proper overhang position. And if you don't think that's a worthy mission for Constellation's Chosen One, you're in more denial than the adoring fan when I shoot him in the face.
Ow!
Were you trying to hit something behind me?
Right folks, thanks for watching this video in which we were pleased to share a few little pointers on things you can do in Starfield that maybe haven't occurred to you yet, or that maybe Starfield doesn't go out of its way to tell you. If you're playing Starfield at the moment and you've got a low-key life hack to share, please drop it in the comments below, and stay safe out there, Space Captains. Thanks for watching, and why not subscribe to Outside Xbox for more Starfield stuff coming soon.